Hello, so today I'm making a video, and if you've seen the title of the video, then you obviously know what this is going to be. And I was going to do a review of this show way back when it first came out, but it was so, cringe that I ended up not doing it. Carlito, stop it. Come here. I'm here. That I ended up not doing it because I thought it was absolute cringe, and I was like, this is not worth it. But it was specifically requested, so I will do the video. So firstly, what I want to say, I didn't really have high hopes for season 3 because I knew kind of that it was going to be cringe because the trailers and the taglines for season 3 were honestly terrible, and they were making me cringe so hard before it even came out. And then I watched it and I was like, how on earth did they ruin this show that was so good this badly? And I feel like it's because they let the fans and people of nowadays write the plot. Like, they took advice from fans, and I feel like they let in a newer crowd do the audience rather than do the writing for the show rather than to keep their same original plot line that they had going, because I feel like that was way better than the absolute cringe that they took it in. And apparently it's been renewed for season 4, and I'm hoping they fix it in season 4 because now. So firstly, I'm just gonna get this out of the way now. One of my main issues was with the character of Cal, and I know this is gonna be a controversial topic, but people like that are the reason we're in what we're in now. Stupid. This generation is so stupid, and this is why I hated season 3 so much. Because in the first episode, like I said, these people that are all like, oh my god, my pronouns are this, my pronouns are that. First of all, why do you think somebody cares enough to know your pronouns if they just met you on day one? Like, I've had people do that to me. People are like, ooh, what are your pronouns, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's actually so offensive because, to me, basically, you might as well be calling me a man. Like, why are you asking me? Like, you're asking me to confirm any number of things which does not concern you. Like, I'm like, as far as I know, you know what I mean? It's just so stupid. And it's like you're doing the same thing to people that you don't want people to do to you. Because they have all these people being like, well, I'm asking because I don't want to offend anybody, blah, 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 blah. But you're offending people by asking them what they identify as if they're not whatever they look to be, and I'm like a really tall girl, so I already get stupid questions on a daily basis, so I don't need people coming up to me with this retardation asking me, what are your pronouns, what is this, what is that? That's so rude to me, and I don't think there's a better way to explain it, but I think that's so rude and so stupid. And then, like I said, here's the thing. You're at school, and if people want to get to know you, get to be your friend, then maybe it'll take, and I hate that they put, I don't know what you want to call it, Cal and Jackson together, because that was absolute cringe to me, and I hate that this character, that attitude was cringe. I hate that they tried to have an American feel to it. That was unnecessary. Like I said, Cal to me was a terrible character, but not the only terrible character of the season. The new headmaster or principal, whatever, was terrible too because, like I said, the microaggressions were absolute cringe. I feel like on day one, I forget what the scene was, but there was a scene, I'll put it in when I remember, where Jackson was called into the office and the teacher was like, oh, you did this, you did that. And I'm like, that was kind of high-key racism, assuming that he did something or whatever. Or I think it was that she was talking to Jackson and Adam, and she shook Adam's hand instead of Jackson's hand, thinking that Adam was the main boy at the school when it was really Jackson. And I was like, then there was a whole bunch of other stuff she said in the whole entire show that was absolute cringe. I'm also filming this on my laptop because I couldn't be bothered to get a proper camera out because it takes too much to do all that. So no. Anyways, like I said, season 3 was absolute trash. Then, of course, they had the scene where they went on their trip to Paris. That was hideous. And I don't know who thought that was a good idea. And you know what scene I'm talking about. The one with Raheem. I'm not inserting that because if you watch season 3, then you know what I'm talking about. That was unnecessary. That was cringe. The world did not need to see that. I also, call me wrong, I did not care about the plotline between Gene and, what's his name? I forget, Olive's dad. The season 3 was so terrible that I just blanked it out of my mind, and I literally forgot anything about this show because I hated it that much. And I was just like, I knew they were going to do this, but I didn't expect them to do this so terribly. Like I said. And like I said, the character Cal, there's nothing to like about Cal. Like, I'm like, you're rude, you're annoying, you're forcing your agenda onto people when they didn't ask. Like, nobody cares. And that's the thing, too, a lot of these people nowadays don't get. And by that I mean people of my generation, born in the 2000s. Why, if you don't want, here's the thing, you think everybody in the world cares when they don't? Because a lot of people are just trying to live and be normal, not be normal, but live their lives, and they don't need 10,000 extra people jumping up being like, oh my god, you misgendered me, you did this, you did that. Every single person is, you're not going to know for your whole entire lifetime. It's like if you go to the grocery store and you get triggered because the person at the grocery store doesn't know what you specifically are, like, that's not their job to know. You're probably going to see them once in your life unless you go to the store every single day. And if they choose to get to know you, then that's different. But if a person is just seeing you for a fleeting moment in time, like, they made the thing with Cal and Jackson a whole big thing, but in reality, they probably would have seen each other one time, and Jackson would have been like, huh? And just forgot about it and never even cared, or probably never even saw this, whatever, I don't know what you want to probably never would have even seen each other again. So I thought that was really stupid and really cringe, because like I said, people have come up to me and been like, oh my gosh, what is this? What is there that? Blah, 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 blah. And I feel like that's so stupid. And like the terminology, people saying cisgender is so cringe, because like, why? You said you don't like people labeling you and gendering you, yet you're labeling and gendering people. You know, before, like, why is that necessary? You can't just, I feel like that's unnecessary cringe. Maybe it's just me, and like I said, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but whatever. It needed to be said, this generation is stupid. Because I feel like a lot of people are only saying they're like non-binary, they're this, they're that, just because it's become a big thing and people don't want to believe it. But controversially, believe it or not, a lot of people jump on the trends and are saying they're a certain way just because it's a thing to do. And I'm not saying it's like a trendy thing to do, because no, there genuinely are people that are non-binary, genuinely are people that are like bisexual and gay and transgender and all that type of stuff. But a lot of people are just doing it because it's a big popular topic now, and this generation is very social media driven, and since that's a big thing on social media and whatnot, people are jumping on it back to back to back, which is absolute cringe. And they just forced it into the show because, like, I know they talked about those topics in the show before, but it fit. This felt like it came out of a left field, and like they read somebody's Twitter thread about them being non-binary and how they felt personally attacked by the universe, and they decided to write it into the show. And like, that to me just made this so cringe. And like I said, Maeve and Otis, that was hideous. I don't think anybody cared about them. Like, I did not ship Maeve and Otis. I thought they were cringe. And just all of season 3 was terrible. Like, so much so that I can barely even remember, Cardito, be quiet, what even happened in season 3, because it was just that bad. So yeah, but if you like season 3, I'm not judging you, I'm not judging your life decisions. If you like Cal, that's you. But to me, it was just personally terrible. The writing was bad. It was just not it. And it had so much potential. So yeah. And also, like I said, with season 2, I felt like season 2 was really, really good. And of course, in season 3, they kind of never really get back to the voicemail, and I didn't care about the voicemail in the first place because, like I said, I never shipped Otis and Maeve. The only 2 characters that I really shipped were, what's his name? What is his name? Oh my gosh. Were Isaac and Maeve and Jackson. So those are really the only kind of couples I shipped. And I also I wanted to see more of Viv. And I feel like they didn't really give her the proper plotline like that I wanted. Like, they didn't do with her character what I felt they could have done, because they focused too much on Cal and Jackson and kind of isolated Viv. And I felt like that was really stupid. Because, like I said, Cal was absolute cringe. I feel like the character could have worked, but this was just hideous. And like I said, I don't like that they tried to, like, they picked the most stereotypical stereotypes to be like, this is an American. Like, what? Like, like, ew. All of it was just cringe. The new teacher was cringe. The whole season was cringe. What's his name? What is his name? What is Allah's dad's name? Jacob, and Jean. I did not care about them. Like, honestly, the fact that Otis had a little sister, I did not care. I could not care less. The only good scene in season 3 was when Otis was crying in front of the vending machine and Eric was telling that man to go away because the man was like, "Can you guys move so I can get some chips?" That was literally the only good scene in season 3. Like, I'm sorry, but it was horrendous and it made my eyes bleed. So, yeah, if everybody hates me for this opinion, then oh well. But yeah, like I said, it was just not good at all. Would not watch again. Like, literally, the first 2 seasons were good. Like, I watched them with my mom and I showed her and I was like, "Hey, this is a really good show. This plot is beautiful, 12 out of 10, whatever." And I feel like Lily wasn't included either, really. I mean, maybe she was there and I just forgot about it, but I don't know. And like I said, the whole gender wars debate that they dragged into it was kind of stupid. Um, the uniforms thing was stupid. It was just all absolute cringe, and it was so stupid. So I just, ugh. Every character in this made me mad. So yeah, that's pretty much what I thought about season 3. So yeah. But if you like season 3, like I said, if you liked it, that's you. Um, Put in the comments what you liked, if you liked season 3, how you liked season 3, or if you didn't like it, what you think they could have did better, because I feel like this could have worked, but they could have improved it times 10,000, but they made it absolute cringe. So yeah, other than that, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.